We're visiting larger gardens, but I think it's quite nice to have a few sort of smaller, more personal gardens
Hmm.
interspersed with the visits of the greats
The big
Yeah.
ones.
as a sort of a palate cleanser, I think, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they contacted me. They found me via the NGS.
Right.
If you've travelled that far to see gardens, you're really into it.
Yeah.
And
Yes, of course. You have to
they're
be.
my favourites. The
Yes.
people that Christopher Lloyd used to say, some people are only coming for a sticky bun, but
Right.
actually, gardens aren't. Gardens aren't one thing. They're the one thing for one person and one thing for another. And I
Yeah.
don't think you should be snobby about it.
No.
But
Mm.
I would say my favourites are people that are really interested. I was involved with Great Dixter for about 20 years in the end, I think 18
Wow.
to 20 years. And I started off because I got to know Erin Bertelson, who's written two books, one on cooking and the vegetable gardens and one on container gardens. And I got to know him through a mutual friend. And he said, why don't you come and volunteer? And
Mhm.
so that's what I did. My children were young, so when they're in nursery and in school, volunteering is the best way to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real hands-on.
Yeah, you're just and I was immersed all of a sudden into this world of passionate experts and students with a whole range of learning abilities, all
Mm.
really generous with their knowledge. About 3 years ago, we had the Bumblebee Trust come and look at the meadow, and
Oh.
they could not believe the wealth of species that we'd managed to
That's
Oh,
amazing.
introduce in about
wonderful.
6 years. We have got the early marsh orchids, we've got the later common spotted orchids,
Yeah.
and every
Yeah.
year the orchids, last year we had over 100. They seem to sort of expand in by threes. We've got
Gosh.
vetches, clovers, knapweeds, trefoils, yellow rattle. But my point is, on part of the meadow, the soil's good, as in a rich loam, and the diversity is really, really low.
Mhm.
And
Interesting.
running through the middle of it, where this awful soil's put down,
Mm-hmm.
it's an unbelievable tapestry of the
Yeah.
most interesting things. The basics of meadows are you can have perennial meadows and you can have annual meadows.
Yeah.
And if you want the cornflowers and the poppies and the corn cockles and that sort of thing, the land has to be turned over every year. It's actually a very difficult thing to achieve, which was why you used to see poppies in cornfields and wheat fields
Constantly
because the
churned.
soil is
Wally.
turned. Whereas a perennial meadow, you're not turning the soil at all. You do
Mhm.
have to remove the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apart from that, if you actually just leave it, things will arrive and it'll build up. And it's a much more sustainable way of making a meadow and a much easier way.